So this is going to be my 2025 roundup. I can't remember if I did one last year because they're fairly different to what I usually have done in the past, just because I don't consume a lot anymore. I don't buy loads of things and stuff like that. You've probably noticed that I don't buy as much makeup anymore. I don't think I've even bought any this year. Like, I'm not very kind of like, I don't consume a lot of stuff anymore, if that makes any sense. So I've changed the name of this instead of favorites to more so roundup. I do have a few kind of favorites and stuff. It's more going to be like looking back at the things that have happened this year and everything like that. So as you know, that you may or may have not known, I'm doing health and social care at both the Open University. I'm currently doing level 1. I want to at least do level 2, maybe 3. I don't know if I'm gonna fully do the full degree, just because I don't know. At the minute, doing this, it still feels very kind of like, obviously I've not had any experience with any uni as it is, but it feels very kind of, I don't know if it's just because of online we get more help in a brick and mortar store, in a brick and mortar uni. I don't know. I didn't go for the brick and mortar one because what's so great about the Open University is you most of the time you don't need that much qualifications. They do recommend that you do like the not an well, it's kind of like an access course kind of thingy, but I didn't bother. I just went in to do the introduction to health and social care. That's so great about it. Whereas if I had to try and go in a brick and mortar, I would have to do I'd have to redo a lot of things, and it's just no. The Open University is a lot easier, but you can feel the distance. See, I think the tutors are not so like, I don't want to say close, but I don't know. I'm just still kind of getting my feel over it because I'm still not kind of like 100% kind of sure at the minute, but I'm enjoying it so far. But I feel that when it comes to kind of like, not necessarily communication, they tend not to, the way they speak, they tend not to be kind of, I don't know, make things a lot clearer. It could just be me understanding and stuff, but they tend to say go for this, for that, and then say, oh no, we don't do it like this for this. It's just a bit, I don't know. But overall, it's all right. I'm not behind or anything. If anything, I'm ahead. I always trying to be ahead, especially coming up to Christmas, because I know I don't really want to study as much for the later in December. So I made sure that like whenever I feel like it, and I'm still like pretty much like ahead. So yeah, so there's that. I did a few races as well this year. So the first one was the Derwent runners. This is the 4 mile one at the Derby Racecourse. The running company is Derwent Runners. It's the first time that I can kind of open up for everyone. It used to just be exclusive if you were part of this running group, and it took me 33 minutes and 26 seconds for that one. So this one you didn't get a medal, but you just got kind of this kind of like coaster kind of thing. And then I did the Birmingham Running Festival at Sutton Coldfield. This was the 10k, and I'm so glad I did it as a 10k because oh my, I've never been to this place. It was, I can't remember what park it's called now, but all uphill. All uphill. It was actually really hard, this one. It was not easy. It was not easy 10k, and I did this in 57 minutes and 54 seconds. So I'm glad I went for the 10k for that one. And then I did the half marathon at Elveston Castle in Derby, and this one I did it in 2 hours and 4 minutes. And next year I'll be doing the Manchester Marathon, which in my head I'm thinking, why did I sign up? Every time like I have the thought in my head saying I'm insane, why am I doing this? But then I realized I'm actually doing this for charity. So when you do it for a charity, because there's no other way I'd be doing a marathon. A marathon without kind of like, I need that motivation and that motivation to raise money. But I will have the Just Giving page in the description. And then I did another Medal Mad challenge. This one I did at the beginning of the year, and this is the 20k in Wonderland. So if you don't know what Medal Mad is, it's basically where you pick a challenge and you get to do it in a certain amount of time. So for example, this one is the 20k, so I didn't have to do it all in once. I could do it in different parts. You basically upload the evidence and everything, and then you get your medal. But there's different kind of like challenges and medals that you get. So that, and then this one you also got like you got badges for each 5k as well. So there's that. So I definitely recommend this one. This one's a good motivational one as well if you want to get back into fitness. I think that's why I originally did this one in January. So there's that one. And then obviously in December we said Syl Sabaton. Oh my days. I've not seen, the last concert I went to, I believe, was I want to say it was 9 Inch Nails. Not 9 Inch Nails. Ice Nine Kills. I don't know why I get them two mixed up. They're totally different genres, but I think that was the last concert I went to. So it was fun to go to see Sabaton. I needed that kind of like that break and everything. So that was a very fun one. It's a bit like Ice Nine Kills where they have a theme, and when a band has a theme you have to deliver that in when you do your concerts, and they delivered. It was really good. So yeah, if you don't know, Sabaton are, I would say they were like power metal. There's always this kind of like, I'm gonna say it anyway because people say no, it's not power metal, but if I'm trying to describe a melody, I'm gonna say the melody is a bit like power metal, but it's not the theme of the song. Is it power metal? But it's the theming of basically they do songs that are based on kind of like wars that have happened, that sort of thing, and because of that they're actually banned in Russia. But yeah, cool. They're a Swedish band. If you like that kind of thing, then definitely recommend. But it has that like power metal / private metal. I know you metal fans are gonna be like, it's not pirate metal. The melody is like pirate metal, okay? That's why I'm saying it. And Amazon Music agrees with me because if you don't have Amazon Music, when it comes to my soundtrack, it puts songs that you've listened to before and artists that you've listened to before, but it also adds artists and songs that you may be interested in because you've listened to this kind of thing, and a lot of it's going in there as now power metal, but as well as like pirate metal. So yeah, anyway. So there's that this year, but yeah, this year's kind of been near the end of this year. It's been kind of a bit rough, but yeah, I'm just kind of trying to get through the end of the year. We're nearly the end of the year. We're nearly in the end. The day I'm filming this next week is Christmas Day, so we're nearly there. We're nearly there. We're going through it anyway. So my favorite book of the year, because I did a lot of reading this year, and my favorite book of the year, it's Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. This is a book I've heard booktubers talk about it, but I'm like, yeah, whatever, I'm not interested in. But after watching Shits and Gigs, and basically they have a little segment called Daddy Fantasy, and yeah, and it was this like series. So I went into this knowing pretty much the plot, but when I came to read this I was like, this is actually really good. It's not too romantic either, so I'm not skipping through half a dozen pages. I've always been that kind of person. I'm not really interested in like overly sexual scenes because I just find it cringe, and I don't read through it. I just literally bypass it. But with this series, there's not that much in it. Well, I've read this one and the second one. Definitely this one's the better one so far. I don't know about Onyx Storm, but for this one there's not that much. There's only like, it's not pages of like sex scenes or anything like that, but I do really like this one. It surprised me that I did actually really like this one. And yeah, so there's that one. And then my favourite movie of the year was Thunderbolts. This one, it was so I'm still shocked at how emotionally deep this movie is for a movie that's like a superhero movie. Like, I was so shocked, and oh my day, that scene always gets me. If you've not seen it, I'm not going to spoil it, but I did do a review on it. I will probably It might actually be a spoiler review, I'm not sure. I'll link it down below if I remember. But OMG, this movie, it's just so good. It's so deep as well, and I was watching it during the time of me kind of going through it, and I'm like, oh, this is so deep. This is so emotionally deep. I do really enjoy this. This is very underrated. I think it may be because maybe not many people know the characters, so they thought, yeah, whatever, but I really enjoyed it. And then for jewellery, I have these bracelets. So these are by Birdie Rocks on Etsy. I'll link down below. And basically they're fidget bracelets. Which is so, I didn't realise how much I'd benefit from this, but if I'm in a situation that makes me anxious and I'm wearing bracelets, I will play with the bracelets. The problem is that those bracelets will snap easily. Now, you don't understand how many bracelets I've been through where I've just fiddled with them and they've literally just snapped. But this is so handy because she's got different like designs and everything. But you can just fiddle with these without just constantly like stretching the elastic so they snap, which is so cool. So there's that one. And then the best creation that I have done this year, I say creation, it's more of a find with this topper, but this pen topper I got from Vinted, and then I just turned it. I basically just turned it into a necklace, but it's the Our Father prayer, and I was like, oh, I saw it, I was like, I'm turning this into a necklace. So I just put it on pink beads, but it's just so pretty. It's a statement necklace, but I was like, I need to get this and turn it into a necklace. So this is like my favourite kind of find, which I found on Vinted. So yeah, that's basically it for this year's roundup. I don't think I've missed anything off. Oh, yes I did. I have a paintbrush I wanted to mention. Nearly forgot. This is the SAA Silver Rake large paintbrush. This is what it looks like. I just really love how it picks up the paint and how well it, how it paints on paper or whatever you're painting on. I don't know terminology, but I just really like the use of this. But yeah. Now I believe that I've not missed anything off. I feel that that is pretty much everything that I wanted to say for this favourites video. So yeah, I hope everyone has a happy new year and a better year if you didn't have such a great year. But yeah, that's basically it for this year's roundup. So bye guys.